Cognitive dissonance, a state where our behaviors and beliefs do not complement each other. How many of these 5 sneaky behaviors are you engaging in that's actually working against your desire for a leaner, happier belly? And I'm not talking about washboard abs, as attractive as they are. Over here, we are aiming for waistlines that are within the medical guidelines of being at 35 inches and below. And the behaviors that can advance the gravitational pull and firmness of our bellies, create uncomfortable and unsightly distension, dampen our digestion, and weaken our self-confidence. Being over 40 and having a leaner belly, the two can both exist. Once we accept the fact that we have to do things just a touch bit differently. Let's start with a habit that has become more common over the past few years: skipping breakfast. I get it, mornings are hectic, and that flatness that we have in our bellies when we first wake up, ooh la la, we want to hang on and hold on to that for as long as we possibly can, which makes skipping breakfast seem like it's a really good idea. But is it? Breakfast, it's like a wake-up call that nudges our metabolism to ready itself to provide energy for us to think, move, and do everything in between. Personally, when I've skipped breakfast, my belly tends to fill up with very uncomfortable air, and my hunger can turn into a wild circus, and nobody wants that. I am all about listening to our bodies. So if skipping breakfast works for you, then by all means, stick to what works for you. Now, if you're thinking, well, I do tend to eat beyond comfort, or your metabolism could use a little boost, I'd suggest giving breakfast another try. Aim for a tasty combo of protein and fiber. Trust me, it makes a world of difference. Now let's talk about that old saying, everything in moderation. I hate to break it to you, but that might be contributing to our post-40 belly blues. Granted, those treats that we have in moderation, as delicious as they often come loaded with a lot of hidden sugars and fat that can make our bodies work overtime trying to digest them. I went through a phase where everything in moderation was my motto, and oh boy, did my belly have something to say about that. Now that I'm over 50, I realize that every little indulgence can lead to a bit of inflammation that takes my body longer to bounce back from. Over here, over 40, over 50 and beyond, let's be more intentional about our choices and savor the good stuff mindfully. Speaking of choices, let's talk about fashion. I do not have a strong fashion sense at all. I'm just a simple chick who puts her clothes on and hope for the best. Now, over 50, I am daring to expand my wardrobe to look grown up. I got my back out, I'm showing my shoulders, a touch of leg, being grown. But I have to draw the line at ultra tight fitting clothes. You know, the ones that super duper holds everything up and in. Those types of restrictive clothing are not doing our bellies any favors. Those spandex and corsets, they might sound appealing, but they can actually hinder circulation and oxygen flow to vital organs and have our bellies feeling less than fabulous. Let's choose outfits that celebrate our bodies rather than constrict and give them the message that they are in some way bad or flawed. It's time to shed a light on the dynamic duo of belly bloat and weight gain over 40, stress, and insufficient sleep. How many times have you heard that our bodies like to hold on to existing fat cells like it is a prize when we allow unmanaged stress and not enough sleep become the new norm? Everyone's body responds and requires a different amount of sleep. Yet 7 to 9 hours on average seems to be the sweet spot for the larger majority of us. And stress, it's unavoidable. It's everywhere. Some stress is dumped into our laps. Other stress, we are the orchestrators of that. Regardless of the source, to manage stress so that I can make intentional decisions throughout the day, I practice breathing like this several times throughout the day. Time to straighten out things, posture-wise that is. It doesn't seem like it, but poor posture can make our bellies look more pronounced and affect how we feel overall. Did you know that? Over 40, it is beneficial for us to consciously practice sitting, standing, and walking with our shoulders back and our core engaged, using this exercise for a flatter, happier belly. I'll see you over there next.